very, very good. The budget will focus on 10 broad areas including support for the MSMEs and promoting exports, which is also very essential nowadays, agricultural growth and rural prosperity, manufacturing and financial inclusion, inclusive growth and development. Special focus is being laid on poor farmers and women, and sector-specific plans have been given. Now, as far as Goa is concerned, I think agriculture is there, and fisheries is one of the major points where we will be focused. She has given us some reliefs and benefits, which will help us to export most of our fishery products. And going by the other things, like mostly some of the points, like the Makana board is being established in Bihar and all those things. They are as far as Bihar specific, but for Goa, especially the MSMEs, manufacturing, infrastructure and innovation, we have been given credit guarantee cover will be enhanced from 5 crores to 10 crores for micro enterprises, leading to additional 1.5 lakh crore credits in next 5 years. Dedicated schemes for India's footwear and leatherware expected to generate employment for more than 22 lakh individuals, achieving revenue of 4 lakh crores and boost employment, exports to over 1.1 lakh crores. As far as Goa is concerned, I think we have got the maritime board will be, the shipbuilding financial assistance policy will be revamped to boost the industry. Goa is very much into it, and the Maritime Development Fund with a corpus of 25 crores will be set up to support the sector. So also for women, they have she has given us more jobs for the women and all that. She has laid emphasis on that. And 10,000 additional seats as far as medical colleges are concerned. It will be added in medical colleges, aiming to add 75,000 seats in the next 5 years. 200 cancer centers will be established, that is in 25-26. As you know, we have got so many cancer patients, and day by day it has been increasing. And this will help us to screen the patients at the lowest level, that is our district hospitals will be provided with all these amenities, and so we will be able to screen the women in the regions of rural regions as well. And financial support will be provided for development of greenfield airports in Bihar. That's what she has said, and aiming for 100 gigawatts of nuclear energy by 2047 to support India's energy transactions. As far as taxation is concerned, she has given a very and tourism and innovation. See, they have decided of taking top 10 tourism destination sites will be developed in partnership with states to boost tourism across India. I hope Goa also features in this, because Goa is one of the tourism spots in India. States will be provided with development of tourist sites with a local focus on enhancing infrastructure. And then the homestays and all will be given loans, mudra loans, to encourage local tourism. A focus will be laid on medical tourism and Heal in India initiatives to attract international patients. See, in Goa we are trying to promote health tourism, medical tourism, as well as yoga and other type of things. As far as exports are concerned, the foreign direct investment FDI limit is in the insurance sector has been raised from 74% to 100%. This applies to insurers who invest their entire premium within India. So we will have that as well. Then custom duties will be reduced on open cell customs duty reduced to 5%. There are a number of duties which have been reduced. Then fiscal deficit, we are aiming at, according to her, it is fiscal deficit projection is that for the financial year 25, fiscal deficit estimated at 4.8% of GDP with a financial year 26 target at 4.4%. Even the TDS reductions, budget 2025, rationalizing the tax reduction at source by reducing the number of rates and threshold above that which TDS is deducted, increasing threshold amount for better clarity and uniformity. As far as the direct and indirect taxes are concerned, they have given a very good, she has given a very good, that is a very good relief for the middle class and the lower class. No income tax up to rupees 12 lakhs is a very, very big bang, I feel, because that will help a lot of our people from the lower class and lower income group to have some money in their hands so that they can circulate that money. And the new slabs are very good. So overall, I think that this budget is a very good one, and I welcome this budget from the point of view as GCCI is concerned, and many of the reforms which we had given have been accepted by the government. So we are thankful to them, and I would like to welcome this budget. Thank you.
The nation building leading to the Vikasit Bharat 2047. There is an excitement everywhere because of the tax structure which has been, helping, which will help the middle income group, especially those with income of 12 lakhs will have to pay zero income tax. Now this is something which most of the people were waiting for a long time, and this is sort of a boost for the economy also, because there will be disposable income in the hands of the people which can be churned for reinvestment, savings, as well as to make their two ends meet. So basically, they have given all-round proposals for most of the sectors. Especially this budget has given ample funding to agriculture. 1.75 crore farmers will be benefited. Every district they will be setting up centers, especially those districts with less yields will be given more priority, and the cotton growers will also be enhancing their productivity with the help of the government incentives. Not only that, the MSME segment, their capacity has been increased, and not only that, the export promotion will be enhanced because the government intends that the new era will be that India will be a global supplier. India right now, Make in India will be making Make for Global, and this is where the Vishwa Guru and the Vishwa status of the country will come to the fore, which will lead to the Vikasit Bharat stand of 2047. So this can be reached a little earlier also due to these positive steps taken in this budget. In the times to come, we will see that what is important is education, technology build-up, innovation. All these criteria have been supported in this budget, which will enhance the country's status and the stature, and thereby we all will look forward for the growth of the nation as whole. So, all in all, GCCI compliments the finance minister for incorporating most of their suggestions in this budget, and more will be coming forth in the income tax bill which she will be presenting in times to come, because we see that she has already given her direction in which way she wants to go. See, all-inclusive budget which is planned to improve and strengthen the health, education, agriculture, industry, child and women development, and also the development of the rural sector. They would like to stop the migration process. So thereby, the rural upliftment will be taking place. Not only that, the help of technology will also ensure that there is a all-round development taking place in the country. So all in all, it is a very happy budget, and after a long time, we have seen that some positive factors have been incorporated in this budget. So I compliment the Finance Minister for her stand taken in this budget and all the positive things that she have mentioned, especially the taxation. And with this, I compliment the Finance Minister. Thank you.
This is the eighth consecutive budget presented by the Honorable Finance Minister, and there were a lot of expectations from this budget from the industry and from the middle class, and we are seeing a lot of positives in this budget. There's been a lot of focus on MSMEs, on making India as a manufacturing hub, a global manufacturing hub, as well as giving a lot of incentives to the middle class through taxation reforms as well. For the MSMEs, one of the most important announcements which she had talked about are increasing the threshold limits for medium, small and micro MSMEs, where the investment will be now increased by 2.5 times of what is the existing limit, and the turnover will be increased by 2 times. What this also means is that there will be more industries which will now come into the MSME ambit. The industries which were earlier in the medium ambit will now come into the small. The smaller ones will come into the micro. And right now there are a lot of incentives which are being given to the MSME sector, especially to the micro and small sectors, especially relating to credit facilities. This is really going to help the MSMEs. This is a real boost to the MSMEs. Along with this, they've also given a lot of incentives as far as the credit facilities also are concerned. This is again going to really help the MSME industry. There's also a lot of focus on manufacturing which has been given. This has also been given through a lot of rationalization of the custom duty rates, so that there is a make in India and India becomes a kind of global exporting hub. GCCI had also made a lot of representations, to remove certain open-ended cesses, open-ended surcharges, and make taxation very simple. We're very happy to see that the Finance Minister has considered many of the suggestions and has removed the surcharges on certain items as far as the custom duty is being concerned. In the direct taxation, there was a lot of expectation. The Income Tax Act itself is a 63-year-old act, and there have been a lot of amendments which have been coming year on year. We are very excited to know that there is going to be an income tax bill which will come. Of course, we'll have to go through the bill once it is presented next week, and hopefully there will also be a kind of a stakeholder discussion to see, so that there is no adverse impact on any kind of a taxpayers. But this is very positive news that the government is doing a lot to reduce compliances, to reduce litigations, and make taxpayers making paying taxes and making compliances very easy. Another matter which the industry has been asking for a long time is rationalization of the TDS. We are seeing that there have been increase in certain thresholds, especially relating to the rent, which will again help a lot of which will help the smaller businesses to come out of the ambit of the TDS and TCS. One of another rationalization which they had made is relating to the TDS and TCS of purchase and sale of goods. this is again where GCCI has been actively pursuing, because there are a lot of conditions relating to turnover, relating to threshold limits, and there was and on the same transaction sometimes there used to be a TCS as well as a TDS which was deducted. It's a very welcome note to see that the TCS will be eliminated on these kind of these things, which will really help in rationalizing the TDS and TCS provisions. Other than this, we are also seeing a lot of decriminalization provisions which are coming out, and we are also seeing the Jan Vishwas bill also which will be coming. So the industry had been asking for these kind of matters, be it relating to voluntary compliance, be it relating to giving a kind of a fair and a clear kind of a system for taxation. And we are very happy to see a lot of positives in this budget. As far as the middle class is concerned, there was a growing demand that there has to be some kind of easing of the taxation, and having 12 lakhs as an amount where you do not have to pay taxes is really a welcome step. This is really going to bring a lot of money in the hands of the people, and this money is then going to be obviously going into the our economic cycle through consumption, and it's really going to help the economy as well. Overall, this has been a very good budget. We really welcome the budget, and GCCI looks forward to working with the central government and state government to see what are the kind of benefits that Goa can get and how the GCCI can help to implement these kind of benefits. Thank you.
Thanks to GCCI for organizing this wonderful get-together for viewing and analyzing the budget. I think most of the detailed points are already discussed, but we must start off compliment the government for actually exceeding expectations as far as the taxation on personal taxation goes. Over the last 10 years, this government has had a very prudent approach to the budget and fiscal management, even after shocks like COVID, and generally maintaining a positive primary deficit sort of budget until and up to the COVID. But this is the first time that they have, if there was one thing that was missing was personal taxation, and actually personal tax in real terms had gone up in the last 10 years. And this is the first time that they have corrected it and well corrected it. I think now if you see 2.5 lakhs in 2014 and 12 lakhs in 2024, by all measures, in real terms, they have given a boost to the people. Some things still remain, like double taxation on dividends that they have gotten. We hope that this new income tax regime will help in streamlining these sort of things. On the other side, on the spending side, I think there's a lot of maturity that we have seen in the kind of proposals that are coming in. They are not very populist in nature, but very strategic in nature. The focus on nuclear power, for example. If you look at a country like Germany that has suddenly collapsed in their power infrastructure because they completely cut down on their nuclear power stations. So realizing that you can't simply go wind and solar and you need to mix it with nuclear is something that is a very shrewd sort of strategic decision that has been taken, and it's a long-term decision, and I think that is one of the points that needed a sort of acknowledgement. Very good focus on critical social security, on insurance, on critical illnesses, to increase the general sort of those tail events or those, very negative events in lives of people that can cause a lot of hardships. So I think there has been a good sort of focus on that and on backward integration of the things, right? So we went into mobile phones first as simply just assembly, and now step by step they are opening it up towards others. So these are some of the, I think, good strategic moves, and we compliment them on that. As a ask for going forward, I think the budget is 50 lakh crores, but the sum of all the announcements is less than 5 lakh crores probably. So there's almost 30 to 40 lakh crores that already done before they even start. And I think there needs to be a 10-20 year plan of how to reduce this revenue expenditure, and that's the elephant in the room. And I hope that going forward they can really get into reducing that, which will open up far more money for things that deserve money to be spent. Because by all angles, we do have a big elephant in terms of the size of our basic budget, and there has to be more talk on reducing that as well. But having said that, it's a fantastic budget within the limitations that are there, and in most aspects exceed expectations. Representing MSME industry, I think Rohan has touched upon it very deeply as to the kind of increasing limits and general access to credit and all the other parameters that have been already discussed. I think overall balanced and well done by. Thank you.
This is yet another budget with focus on development. The finance minister actually put focus on the 4 engines of the economic growth, that is the agriculture, MSME, investment and export. As far as agriculture is concerned, more focus was on making India an Atmanirbhar on oil and pulses. They have announced so many infrastructural proposals which will definitely increase the growth in the agricultural sector. The major focus, as Rohan said, is on the MSME. MSME, as it contributes to 36% of the manufacturing in India and approximately 45% of exports. They have put more focus on MSME as it is the main engine of the economy. The focus here will be also on scaling and making India a global toy hub. Also, there are many proposals of credit assistance to MSME. Urban Challenge Fund is another incentive which I think is going to put more pressure on the states to perform, because there will be a performance linked schemes for all the state level bodies to show their results and get more funds. On the front of the health, I think one important thing which I remember is about introduction of a district level daycare cancer centers, which is going to definitely help all the ailing patients across India. In all, the fiscal deficit with these proposals is expected to go down from 4.8 to 4.4%, which will definitely curtail the inflation, stabilize the interest rates, and maybe lead to more infrastructural expenditure. On the front of the taxation, as far as indirect taxation, there have been some rationalization as far as reducing the number of rates existing at the moment. However, as GST is controlled or rather regulated by the GST Council, the budget proposals do not normally focus more on the detailed aspects of the GST. As far as direct tax, I think the important point which Finance Minister said is trust first and scrutinize later. So they want to impose more trust in the assessees, which he mentioned that 99% of the return files have been self-assessed. And she also mentioned the success of the faceless assessment regime which we are currently enjoying. Another important point is about the new IT bill which is proposed to be placed on the table in the next week. So you all are eagerly waiting to see the changes in the income tax law in terms of the best practices followed in the world, so that we reduce, or they rather reduce, the complex interpretations of the Indian income tax which is aging. Come to the rationalization about voluntary compliance. The main highlights is about reducing or rather increasing the threshold limits for the senior citizens for the interest, because there are, especially in Goa, a lot of senior citizens have high deposits and the TDS there's a major relief for them, as the limit of 50,000 has been raised to 75,000. Also, there are a lot of renting which is happening in Goa, I think across India, and that will also help because the basic exemption has been raised from 2.4 to 6 lakhs. TCS on LRS, then exemption limit has gone from 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs, that's also welcome. And also there are no TCS on the educational loan from the specified entities, which will definitely help the students to avail loans for foreign education. Another welcome step is to decriminalize the TCS defaults. 139U, that is the updated return, the extension, a person who has not filed the returns could now file the return for last 4 years. Earlier it was only 2 years, now they have increased it to 4 years. A small trust also will get the benefit of registration from 5 years to 10 years. Another individual taxation, I think, important feature is earlier we could only offer one house as a self-occupied property. Now it has raised to 2 houses, so that the individual do not have to offer their second house as a deemed income. There are so many other good decisions taken by the ministry for personal taxation. The major thing is increasing in the exemption limit and also the rebate up to 12 lakhs rupees, which as Rohan said, is definitely going to be the star, I could say, the proposal in this budget. So we all welcome this budget. It's going to be definitely promoting the growth of the Indian economy. Although they had expected 8.2% in the last year, current proposals suggest, as per the economic survey, that is going to be around 6.4 to 6.8%. And considering the global turmoil, I think that should be the better estimates. Thank you.
So first of all, we welcome this budget by our finance minister. Very well and all around economic growth concentrated budget. This is being an industry person, I would like to highlight some of the indirect tax proposals which were, I feel, very good. First of all, rationalization of tariffs is one of the welcome things that the FM has done. 7 tariff rates which were existing have been removed, and now what remains are just 8 different type of tariff rates, which is a welcome thing. From the medical sector, a lot of exemptions have been given to the medicines and machines that are used in the manufacturing of these drugs, specified drugs. Textile industry again has been given benefit, wherein a lot of exemptions have been given on the machines used for manufacturing. Electronic manufacturing has been also given boost with components and parts being exempted from the basic customs duty, and whereas the finished goods have been, the import duties has been increased. So it will boost the domestic manufacturing. As far as exports are concerned, they have rationalized the voluntary compliance has been given the boost. They have, the electronic sector, as I have spoken already, the basic customs duty have been exempted. The inverted duty structure, which was another major issue, has been resolved in this budget, I guess. They have continued with the Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, and that will really help resolving a lot of taxation disputes. The EV batteries and solar cells, again, these have been given boost by the finance minister. So these are some of the indirect tax proposals which will really boost the domestic manufacturing, which I feel, wherein the import duties have been increased on the finished goods. However, on the parts and components, they have been exempted. From the direct tax perspective, yeah, very welcome proposal by the finance minister, wherein the slabs have been rationalized now, and there will be more income at the disposal of the common man, and this will boost the economy in this country. Thank you.
Very basic budget, because hardly few people are satisfied, but here most of the people are satisfied, because this is all on development, like as Pratibha madam, then Nivin Shulkar sir and Kalpak, everyone has covered all the topic, so on is very less left with me to highlight on this, but to begin with all the important takeaway of this budget is MSME, all the credit enhancement, then new startups, then women development, or the rural sector, for then medical college for next 10 years, around 600 additional seats, and over a period of another 5 years, another 75 other seats. Then broadband for students, then IIT for Patna, street vendor, upliftment of 30,000 limit, credit limit, and overall for farmers, all the sectors have been covered. So I am very thankful for this wonderful budget, and at the same time, there was some expectation on the part of GST, but which has not come in this budget. So in budget we cannot satisfy everyone. As you all know, it's all depends on the GST council, and based on that every frequent days GST notifications are coming out. So but again, we were expecting something like reduction in the interest rate for GST, for late payment or interest payments for delayed payment, and some amendment for some revision for GSTR 3B returns. Because what happens? Because government should have allowed 3B without payment of tax, because SSC himself declares his turnover, but sometimes because of shortage of fund, he cannot pay. But again, for which he has to bear late fees as well as interest. So it becomes a double taxation. So one side you are giving all the benefits to all the sectors, the other side some people are affected by this. So it should have been taken care of. And overall 12 lakhs exemption is very good. But again, it comes to condition. Earlier also up to 12 lakhs, in my opinion, 12 lakhs he was not paying any much of tax because of his deductions available to him. Like housing about 2 lakhs, then 1.5 lakhs about ATC, then another ATD, then again NPS, another 50,000. By all this, he was not paying any tax. Now also, but again, by increasing 12 lakhs, what I feel is more and more people will come into the tax bracket. Means more and more people will come into for filing the returns, voluntary income tax. At the same time, it will enhance the revenue for GST. So because again, this is well planned, and in taking consideration of honest taxpayers, this budget has been drawn, and it is in favor of middle class. And I am very thank you to Madam Nirmala Sithamji for giving such an excellent budget. So thank you very much. And again, we hope to see more some things like some additional things GST in coming days. So again, we have represented many a times. Even I have wrote a letter many a times regarding the because of some portal issues. Because portal, even after spending so much, I think 5,000 crores was spent. Even after there are issues which are now never been taken care of. So because of which the SSA has to bear the loss. So again, overall it's a good budget, but again, you cannot satisfy everyone. So, but 90% will be satisfied with this budget. With this, I welcome this budget, and thank you very much.
We call this is a progressive budget, in line with the development of a progressive GDP growth. As per the requirement, we have to have a growth of more than 8%. Currently, we are having a growth rate of 6.3%. So overall, as a progressive budget, I welcome it on behalf of institutional engineers. The focus is on agriculture, infrastructure. When I say infrastructure, it is because of the housing, tourism, power plants, which have been mentioned by the budget, by the finance minister. It will give rise to overall development Few of the things mentioned by Finance Minister are increase in medical seats, toys manufacturing. This will give rise to boost in manufacturing sector, health tourism, which is relevant for Goa, skilling, focuses on the skilling, ITIs, and being the representative of the institution of engineers also in the forefront of skilling. The icing on the cake is increase in the personal income tax limit increased to 12 lakhs, which is effective for, or it will affect each and every one of us. Overall, the budget is very good. I am happy.